All right. Testing, testing. Okay. Welcome, guys. Welcome to my channel. In this channel, we'll be talking all things black and brown. This is a community built to have an open dialogue, to discuss topics that make a difference to help make our society better. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and do not forget to listen to more episodes of CPA Advocate. Come on and listen in. Today, I just wanted to come on and talk about Brittney Griner. She's a two-time Olympic gold medalist who plays in Russia during the WNBA offseason. She was accused back in February of smuggling a significant amount of narcotic substances into, I guess, the airport. Well, I don't know if it was her baggage or what, but this is an offense that's punishable up to 10 years in prison in Russia. So I was like, well, dang, geez, how much did she allegedly have on her? Well, I went on to read the story, and Brittney is a Baylor University graduate, and she plays for the Phoenix Mercury in the WNBA in Arizona. And she was detained in the international airport near Moscow on February 17th. Local officials claim to have found some vape cartridges in her luggage containing hashish oil. If convicted of these charges, she could be sentenced up to 10 years. Give me a break, really? For some oil and you're in another country and you really don't know what their customs are. Yeah, you don't probably need to be having that sort of thing. But she probably played over there during the off season and felt comfortable. Didn't think it was anything of it, but you got to be real careful when you go in these countries in and out, because you never know what they might do, especially when they have a time where they have a war going on. Brittney was actually expected to appear in court and on last Saturday, and it got pushed back. And now her pretrial detention won't survive until at least July 2nd, is what they're saying. So it won't come back up. She won't be having a trial until July 2nd. So that's a whole nother, any day there is, I'm sure, is horrific. So it's almost probably like months to her. It's less than a month away. Her supporters are becoming more and more concerned that Moscow might be using her as a bargaining chip amid the tensions over the war in Ukraine. This case has received national attention and concern as Griner, who is a Black gay woman, finds herself in a country that is engaged in homophobic persecution under President Vladimir Putin. His rule, he's not a pro fan of or a gay activist. Griner's detention has been further complicated by U.S. efforts to support Ukraine in the continued invasion from Russia. So she's kind of just caught over there in some madness, and they're trying to use her as a bargaining chip. A State Department spokeswoman noted that a counselor was able to speak with Griner, and that was back on May 19th. And she reported that she's doing well as can be expected under the conditions that can only be described as exceedingly difficult. This is the second time, though, in the past month that the Russian government has added time to her pretrial incarceration. And one legal expert is convinced that this July deadline is fictitious. It's just an arbitrary date, and that it doesn't mean anything. According to Solomon, who is the chief legal analyst for Esquire Digital, anyone still taking Russia's word for anything in the Griner case is actually being foolish. Those are his words. He also told the Insider this hearing is never going to happen, and that's very unfortunate. And the worst part of it all is that there's not a whole lot the U.S. government or the people in the U.S. government, we as citizens who want her released, can do about it. Can you imagine the psychological trauma and the impact it's going to have on this woman going forward in the years to come? It's just it's horrifying. And I'm really going off of just being a held prisoner in any other country, but this guy named Trevor Reed, he was a U.S. Marine vet, and he actually described the conditions. He was able to describe them because he was actually imprisoned in Russia for over like 185 days, which is nearly 3 years, after being accused of assaulting a Russian police officer. He was actually facing 9 years. But he was ultimately released as part of a prisoner exchange with the U.S. for a Russian drug smuggler convicted of conspiring to import cocaine. So again, another bargaining situation. So that's that's what they're saying. She's going to be used as a bargaining chip. Reed told CNN that he lost 45 pounds during his detention. And he was actually coughing up blood for a span of months, fearing that he might have caught COVID or tuberculosis. Eventually, he was sent to a psychiatric treatment facility where he described the conditions over there as even more brutal. He said there was blood all over the wall over there, where prisoners had actually killed themselves or killed other prisoners, or attempted to kill other prisoners. Reed said the toilets is just a hole in the floor, and then there's crap everywhere, all over the floor, on the walls. There's people in there that's also walking around who look like zombies. He said, according to Trevor, they live in a cell that looks like it's something out of the Middle Ages. As Americans, he said, you can't even imagine what that place looks like until you actually see it for yourself. Unimaginable and very sad. One thing, in May, the U.S. shifted its approach by officially designating Brittney's case as a wrongfully detained case. And this move sends a strong signal that the U.S. government does not believe that there is a legitimate case against her. The wrongful detained designation enables Brittney, her friends, family, teammates, and supporters to openly campaign for her return to the States. Brittney's wife, her name is Sherelle, has made several TV appearances in recent weeks in an effort to draw attention to her case. There's also been a lot of NBA players, WNBA players, and all other kinds of professionals campaigning for her release. However, even though her release is not going to happen, no matter how hard the citizens in the U.S. try to advocate for her release, and that's simply just because the stakes are far too incredibly high. Sherelle says she's actually a political pawn, and her agent also agrees and says that she's being used as a political bargaining chip, and that no athlete representing any country should have to travel in fear of being taken and used as a negotiating tool. And I totally agree with that. Brittney's case has been handled by the Office of the U.S. Special Presidential Envoy for Hostage Affairs, which is SPEHA. That's the acronym. And Roger Carstens, he's a State Department official, confirmed last month that this office coordinates government diplomatic efforts, securing the release of Americans wrongfully detained abroad. Fortunately, they have more flexibility in the efforts to negotiate Brittney Griner's freedom, because it does not necessarily have to wait for Russian legal proceedings to play out. So she's in a better position with them taking over, that office taking over. However, at this point, They have no idea, as to when she'll be released. She really doesn't know. They really don't know whether or not she's going to get a trial or a hearing. The dates just keep being pushed back, and she's just spending more and more time over there. And hopefully she's being kept, and she's praying, and she's hoping for the best situation. And I mean, I just can't imagine, like I said, what the human mind goes through being somewhere and having no idea as to when you'll be released, whether or not you'll be released safely. And so that's why I decided to say something for her. I see, all over the internet, there's nothing, like I said, they're saying we can do, but every little bit counts. Every little bit helps. So I'm hoping that, everybody takes a stand and tries to help her. The the WNBA, National Basketball Players Association, is urging everyone to go to wearebg.org. That's wearebg.org and sign the petition. Call the White House and call everyone you know. If you know anyone in the Biden administration, call them as well. So that's their their plea. That's what they want you to do. Go to wearebg.org, sign the petition, call the White House, call everyone you know. If you know anybody in the Biden administration, call them as well. We must protect the sanctity of sport and the entire global sports community. We should stand together and demand Brittney Griner's release. Hashtag Brittney Griner's release. Question: are you willing to do your part to try to bring Brittney Griner home safely and expeditiously? If so, again, go to wearebg.org and sign the petition. And do what we can to get her expedited safely back to the United States. Talk to people, talk to anybody you know, and try to take a stand on her behalf. It's really sad that she's sitting there not knowing when she's going to be released. My heart goes out to her. Thanks for watching. Please join in the comments and feel free to join in the conversation. Until next time, bye. Stay safe and be blessed. Thanks for watching.